So as promised, today is palette 101, breaking the palette down. So any palette that you use, you can use this video as just basic guidelines. Like I said, very basic. I'm going to break it down, but basic guidelines for palette eyeshadow application. So our palettes, this is palette 1. This is one of my favorites because it's more neutral and taupes and shimmery gold colors. This is one of my favorites because then I can always add a pop of color using liner or do a bold red lip, which I love doing, as you probably know in my videos. So, 7 colors. I know when you first look at a palette that has 7 colors, it's kind of intimidating. One, you don't have to use all 7. You don't have to use more than 1. If you literally want to pick 1 color a day to wear, go for it. That's perfectly fine. Nobody's going to call the makeup police on you. If you want to wear all 7 colors, totally do it, but send me a picture because I've never seen somebody wear all 7 colors. So if you do it and rock it, show it to me. I would love to see it. I typically use anywhere from 2 to 4, depending on what kind of look I'm going for. Sometimes I use 2.5, and when I say 2.5, I might just use one to highlight my brow bone and highlight the inner corner of my eye. That's where you're going to draw attention, and that's going to make your eyes really pop. Now, before we get into palettes, I'm going to break it down. So there are eye types. I don't know if you knew this, but there are big eyes like mine, there are standard eyes, there are hooded eyes, and there's deep set eyes. You also have some eyes that are combinations or a few in between. Now, hooded eyes, my girlfriend Mindy has hooded eyes, and she rocks them. Hooded eyes just mean that this part kind of comes down a little bit more, so it's hard to see the color when you're looking straight on. So what she has to do is she has to bring up her color a little bit more, so when you look at her, you can see it more. Now me, I have bigger eyes, okay, and I also have standard eyes. Standard eyes mean when I look straight onto you, you can see almost equal amount from my inner to my outer. So I don't have to bring up my lid color as much because you'll be able to see it when I look dead on at you. Deep set eyes just means perfectly that. Your eyes are more deep set. In order to make your eyes pop, you kind of want to stay away from darker crease colors, like really dark, because it's actually going to deep set your eyes even more, and it's not going to make them pop out. So you, if you have deep set eyes, want to stay with the highlighting colors and kind of light colors. You can use a nude transition color or a more timid transition color than like a black or a dark brown, because that's going to make your eyes pop forward a little bit more, which is what you want usually. Alright, so that's eye types. So now we're going to break into this bad boy. Like I said, I typically use a couple colors with my looks. I sometimes rock the one depending on what I want to do. But our palettes are super pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. And like I said before, wherever you put the color first is going to be the darkest. So what I'm going to do is I'll do a simple eye look over here, and then I will do like more of a dramatic eye look over here, more not complicated, but using more colors over here. Okay, that sound like a plan? So, my simple eye look that I love, and I literally probably wear this more than I should. I probably should change it up more, but this is my simple look. So, what I do is this chipper color right here. It's kind of like a lighter matte brown, I guess. I'm going to take my crease brush, and the reason why I do my crease color first is so if it gets too crazy, like I said, a very little bit, and I blow off the excess. The reason why I do my crease color first is because when I put my lid color in, I can blend it out if it gets too crazy. So you want to start with the, wherever you put it is going to be the darkest, okay? And then you want to blend in. You never want to blend out, but you just want to do, when you're doing a crease color, you want to do windshield wiper motions. And this is our crease brush. It is meant for your crease, so it's meant to fit in here. If you use a bigger brush or a brush that's not meant to go in your crease, you're going to get color up here, you're going to get color down here. It's actually not going to stay just in your crease, which is fine. You can totally blend it out. It's just personal preference. So windshield washer motions, windshield wiper motions, not washers. Okay, so then what I'm going to do, simple, right? It's a transitional color for you to be blending. Now what I'm going to do is I had some leftover Heartbroken pigment on that. I'm going to take Sincere, which is kind of like a sandy neutral color. You can see that. And this is going to be my lid color. Let's see how I can go over and kind of, if it's too loud, I can kind of mute it out a little bit. So again, just go over with your crease brush. And you don't necessarily have to. You could totally put mascara on and this could be your look. This could be it. So right, 2 colors. It took me, what, 5 seconds? So what I usually do is, because I love Brassy. Brassy is one of my favorite colors. It's the gold color. I take the edge of my shadow brush, sponge brush, whatever you want to call it, and I do my brow bone just to highlight, because I like a little shimmer in my life, and I do my waterline. Sorry if this skeeves anybody out. I also just do my inner tear duct just to brighten up my eye. Rule of thumb, you want your shadow to stop where your eyebrow stops. So anything inside is fair game. You can put shadow anywhere you want. Anything outside, don't do it. You could also take your concealer when you're done, or wait to put on your foundation, and you can clean up your line. So you can clean it up, just put your concealer up, clean it up, that's it. Alright, that's literally all I have to do. Add mascara, boom, done. That's your simple eye look. Now for the more dramatic look. So, I'm going to work with the same colors, just because what I want to do. So chipper, I'm not going to blow off my excess because I want it to be a little bit darker. Crease brush, but see how the darkest part is where I first put it? Windshield wiper motions to blend it out. Okay, now I'm taking the Sincere again. That's going to be my lid color. Brassy, so same steps as my simple look. Brassy on tear duct, brassy on the waterline. Again, sorry if this skeeves anybody out. Just clean it up. One thing you could do too, instead of using Brassy on your waterline, is our pencil Precious. It's a gold liner. You could use that as well. We also have Pristine, which is white, which you should see the video on the white liner too. You could totally use that as your highlighting color as well, if you didn't want to use Brassy. I like a little sparkle in my life. Who doesn't? So what I'm going to do now to make this more dramatic is I'm going to take my crease brush and I'm going to go in with Zealous. Zealous is the darkest shimmer color. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Let me put my palette down for this bad boy. So if you want to do a more dramatic eye and you want to add the darkest color to the outside, you should do it in a V motion. So obviously that's going to be the darkest part. So V motion in your crease and over. And you can also bring it down. If you're doing a darker color, you don't want to go all the way into your eye. That's not going to draw the attention that you want to your eyes. You want to stay light and bright in the middle of, or the center of your eyes, because that's going to draw more attention to your eye. And then you're just going to blend it out. Like I said, always blend in, never blend out. Blend in. And as long as you stay within that line, it's totally fair game. But literally, just darkened it up with one color. Right? That's it. So if you really wanted to go crazy, you could take, this is Proper, which is a brown liner. In my dramatic eye, what I'm going to do is make it more dramatic. Made it a lot more dramatic there. The nice thing about the liners is they do set so they're smudge proof, but if you do it right when you apply it, you'll be able to smudge it out if you were looking for more of a smoky eye. Sorry, my phone's dying. And you can just do it to neat it up. So add mascara, you're done. That's it. So more dramatic. Like I said, one more color on the darker outer V and liner. Simple day look. Add mascara, boom, done. Take one of these bad boys, put it on your lips. Good to go. If you want to do 2 different eyes, go for it. I will not be walking out of the house like this. I'm actually going to do something different. But this is how you break down your palettes. So, super simple, super easy. Ask me any questions. I will even break down an outline of rules for you. Well, they're not really rules. Rules are meant to be broken. So have fun, play with your colors, play with your palettes, do a bunch of fun stuff, and don't be scared to try it. So now, if you didn't know, now you know.